The 21st century hangs precariously between advancement and annihilation. The threat of nuclear war, once a chilling spectre of the Cold War, remains a terrifying possibility. The immediate aftermath of a nuclear detonation is a scene of unimaginable devastation. The blast wave levels buildings and ignites firestorms that rage through urban centers. Millions perish instantly. Those who survive the initial blast face a far more insidious threat: radiation. Invisible and odorless, it permeates the environment, poisoning everything it touches. Radiation sickness, with its gruesome symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and internal bleeding, becomes a death sentence for countless victims. Infrastructure crumbles, communication networks collapse, plunging the world into chaos and isolation. Transportation systems grind to a halt, severing supply chains and isolating communities. Food and water become scarce commodities. Crops wither and die under the radioactive shroud, while water sources become contaminated, spreading disease and death. The delicate balance of Earth's climate is thrown into disarray. The massive injection of soot and dust into the atmosphere blocks out the sun, ushering in a period of global cooling known as nuclear winter. Temperatures plummet, growing seasons shorten, and ecosystems collapse, jeopardizing the very foundations of life on Earth. In the immediate aftermath of a nuclear war, survival hinges on a few critical factors. The first is seeking immediate shelter from radiation fallout. Underground bunkers or basements, particularly those reinforced and stocked with essential supplies, offer the best chance of protection. Food and water, carefully rationed and if possible decontaminated, become paramount. Learning to identify and avoid contaminated sources is essential. Basic first aid skills, coupled with whatever medical supplies can be salvaged, become invaluable in treating injuries and combating radiation sickness. Maintaining hygiene and sanitation becomes critical in preventing the spread of disease in the cramped and unsanitary conditions of survival shelters. The psychological toll of nuclear war is immense. The loss of loved ones, the destruction of homes and communities, and the uncertainty of the future can lead to despair and psychological trauma. Maintaining hope, fostering a sense of community, and focusing on the tasks of survival become essential for mental and emotional well-being. I bet you didn't know that civilization can rebound after a nuclear war, creating a future that looks vastly different from what we imagine. The world that emerges from the ashes of nuclear war is vastly different from the one that existed before. Radiation levels gradually decline over time, but the environment remains contaminated for generations. Survivors must adapt to a world of scarcity, where resources are limited and dangers lurk around every corner. Agriculture must be reinvented with crops that can tolerate radiation and thrive in a changed climate. New methods of water purification and sanitation become essential to sustain life. Communities once reliant on global trade and interconnectedness must become self-sufficient, producing their food, energy, and essential goods. The collapse of centralized governments and institutions necessitates new forms of social organization. Cooperation and community become paramount for survival, replacing the competition and individualism that often characterize pre-war societies. Innovation and ingenuity become essential for adapting to the challenges of a post-nuclear world. New technologies for energy production, resource management, and environmental remediation will be crucial for rebuilding civilization. In the future, food will likely be sourced from sustainable and resilient agricultural practices, including urban farming and hydroponics. Housing will adapt to be more energy efficient and disaster resistant, with a focus on community living. Job markets will shift towards rebuilding and innovation, with a strong emphasis on technology and sustainability. Imagine cities where rooftops are covered in lush greenery, growing fruits and vegetables that feed the local population. Urban farming becomes a cornerstone of daily life, ensuring that communities are less dependent on long supply chains. Hydroponic systems, which use less water and land, become essential for food production in both urban and rural areas. Homes are built with materials designed to withstand extreme weather conditions and are equipped with renewable energy sources, such as solar panels and wind turbines. These homes are not just shelters, but hubs of community life, where people gather, share resources, and support each other. The job market evolves to meet the needs of this new world. Innovation becomes the driving force behind economic recovery, with a surge in careers focused on sustainable technologies, environmental science, and community planning. People work together to develop new solutions for energy production, waste management, and resource conservation. As humanity rebuilds, a new ethos emerges, one that values sustainability, cooperation, and resilience. The lessons learned from the past forge a future where society thrives not in spite of the challenges, but because of them. This is not just a return to normalcy, but a leap towards a more sustainable and connected world. The future is not written in stone, it is shaped by the actions and decisions we make today. In the face of adversity, humanity has the potential to build a world that is not only resilient, but also more just and sustainable for generations to come. Join us as we explore the possibilities and work towards a brighter future.